Bottle boys, up with the lot. Who cares if it's raining? Who cares if it's dark? There's a whole lot of bottle boys taking a pride in making sure each customer is satisfied. Milk, eggs and butter, got 'em all on the float. Anything you're short of, darling, leave us a note. Oh, you'll be glad you wrote it when you hear the noise of the rattle of the bottles of the bottle boys.
One of my crazy ideas. Today they're going to train in the background with You Never Walk Alone.
That's a good idea. It's an interesting idea. I'm looking forward to this.
Boys, mentally we start to play the game now, okay? We are at Anfield. Let's go!
Viva la raza!
If I say what I think, I'm suspended 6 months. So I cannot say. I'm allowed to give my interpretation of what happened in the game, but I don't know how to lie, and I don't like lying, so I prefer not to say what I think. I can't change that my hair is perfecto. It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
That was a bounce call and kicked him, but he's looking for that.
If I say what I think, I'm suspended 6 months.
I've never been to Anfield and seen Arsenal in complete control of the game. You're normally suffering a
Cuando
We would agree, but what I'm saying is that when people are saying he's fit, safe and all that, don't forget he won FA Cup in his first season when he was the first manager to catch COVID. So let's not forget that anymore.
Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. Big up to everyone that is locked in. Today we're going to get into this, analysing Arsenal's transfer window and some of the other big clubs as well, analysing their window. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, all that good stuff. Big up to everyone that is locked in right now. Road to 20K. Big up to everyone that's locked in. And let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. We do have a couple of clips as well that we'll play after, but the first one, Ariza Balaga, I didn't even know why we bought Kepa for 5 million. Like I said, I would have much rather have got Kelleher. And the mistakes that you're seeing from Raya this season is exactly why I would have much rather gone and get Kelleher. People said, oh, but Northside, you can't bench Raya. Why not? Why not? We're supposed to be benching Odegaard for Eze to start in the 10. So there was better players that were out there, in my opinion. I wasn't happy with the signing. Yeah, you can say it's cheap on 5 million, but a lot of the times we have a problem in shifting players. And when we get on to shifting players, there's a lot of players that we let go out on loan, and not all of them had an obligation to buy. So we're probably going to be stuck with Kepa for a long time. So that is why I didn't want Kepa. I just think it was just a mediocre signing when there was goalkeepers out there that were better. I know we lost Garcia to Barcelona. I forget with Barcelona, the Garcia goalkeeper. But I weren't happy with that signing. The way I put it is this. Anything happens to Raya, we got Kepa. If we're complaining about the mistakes from Kepa in goal, from Raya in goal, imagine what Kepa's going to be doing. Imagine. And as we've seen, injuries are popping up everywhere. Timber's got injured. Saliba's got injured. Yeah, I'm saying Saka's injured. Ben White's injured. Jesus Havertz's injured. So it's one of those ones. If you're not going to rely on if you can't rely on the goalkeeper, it just genuinely tells you the level of the player. Zubimendi was a signing. I have to give Berta credit for the Zubimendi signing. I have to be honest. I didn't think it would we would get the player over the line. This is normally the type of players that we lose out on, just for the way his saga being linked to Liverpool was. I didn't think it would happen, but we bought him in £51 million. Like I said, I'm not gonna. There's been a lot of things that I've not liked about Zubimendi. I don't think he had a good game in the last game. I don't think he was good in the Manchester United game, first game of the season. So yeah, listen, I'm going to give him a couple of games until I fully have my verdict on Zubimendi. He's got big shoes to fill. Thomas Partey, whenever available, even though a lot of the fan base didn't rate Thomas Partey like that or give him the respect he deserved, should I say. Zubimendi, all eyes on you if you can step into the shoes of Thomas Partey, because Zubimendi does have some talent, but can you do it in the Prem? And you need to do it consistently, especially this year that we need to be getting over the line and winning a major honor. So Zubimendi's a massive question mark, but it wasn't a signing that I was upset with. I was happy that we got Zubimendi, but we'll see if he's good enough or not, whether I want the player or not. If you don't live up to the hype, if you don't live up to the expectation, then you're going to get criticism. But Zubimendi, I was calm with Zubimendi signing. Now it's down to the player. Christian Norgard, £15 million. Once again, people tried to justify the signing like Kepa because he was cheap. I'm not interested in how much the player costs. I care about the quality. Do you know what I'm saying? How much did Leicester buy Kante for? How much did they buy Jamie Vardy for? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really... How much did they buy Mahrez for? I swear they bought Mahrez for like £500,000. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about the fees, it's about the quality of the player. And if you have proper scouting, then you'll scout the proper players. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really hearing this, oh, he's cheap. Norgard, for me, I just think he's our new El Nene, in my opinion. I don't think he's a horrendous signing. I don't think he's a great signing. I think he's an average signing. You know what I mean? It does what it says on the tin. That's the type of signing that I see when I see Norgard. Not a signing that we needed to spend money on, in my opinion. Madueke, £52 million. I'd much rather have got Wisa. Wisa went to Newcastle. I think Wisa went for 55 million. I'd much rather have spent 55 million on Wisa than 52 million on Madueke. A lot of people giving Madueke a lot of props and saying that, look at his performance against Liverpool. He was our best player. The bar was on the ground. Everyone was having a stinker. Madueke is not good enough. Madueke doesn't elevate this team. Madueke isn't the quality that we need on the wings. Madueke is reincarnation of Trossard and Martinelli. You know what I mean? It's much of a muchness. All three players lack quality and consistency. So £52 million for a player that I can't say is a level or levels above what we currently had. For me, that was a very bad signing. Very bad signing. Mascara, he looked good when Saliba came off. Injured. Thanks Arteta once again for that. Thank you. Great decision. Great man management. Great way of managing injuries. He's looked all right. Like I said, I need to see more. Mascara and Zubimendi, I need to see more. I haven't watched these guys week in, week out. £13 million. If it works out, then it's going to be great. Like I said, there's been players before that I didn't think were going to work out. Ben White was one of them, and they've worked out. So I'm all for the club, proving me wrong. 13 million from Valencia. If that works out to be a top centre back, then well done to the club. Up until then, it's a massive question mark whether he's good enough, and is comfortably a bench player. Norgard, Mascara, and Kepa comfortably hold bench. Victor Gyokeres. I've actually been happy with Victor Gyokeres' runs. The problem is we just don't look like we have a game plan to get involved in the game. 63.5 million pounds from Sporting. I just don't feel like we're incorporating the player into the system. I don't even think we have a system to get the most out of him. Like I said, he still needs to score. He still needs to put up the numbers. I remember Aubameyang, when he was literally had a team of skeletons around him, weren't really creating anything for him, weren't really doing much. We needed a rebuild, and yet he was putting up big numbers, going toe-to-toe with Harry Kane in terms of golden boot each season. So listen, Gyokeres, we're going to see the quality of Gyokeres. I just don't feel like he's going to get the service. but I'm not upset with the signing. That was the striker that I wanted. So well done to Berta for getting Gyokeres over the line. That was another one that was dragging on. And I'm happy that we managed to get him over the line. So props to Berta for getting that deal over the line. Eze as well, from Crystal Palace, £67.5 million. Another player that I was crying out for Arsenal to go and get, a player that I didn't think that we would get. And I'm happy with the signing. Just don't play him on the wing. Play him in the 10. Play him in the 10. That's my only request. That is my only request. I'm very happy with the fact that we got Eze. He's a player that's ready to perform now. A couple of weeks ago, scored a free kick against Chelsea. I know it got disallowed. In my opinion, shouldn't have been disallowed. He's a player that's ready now, and this is what we needed in a team. Players that are ready to perform now. Players that are ready to win now. And I'm very happy with the Eze deal. Very happy with the Eze deal. Happy with the Gyokeres deal. Zubimendi deal, I'm still happy, but we'll see. Hincapi, we got him on a loan with the obligation to buy. I think it's around £50 million. A lot of people saying a lot of good things about him. I've not watched a lot of him. But from what a lot of people that watch the Bundesliga in the chat have said, he seems to be a decent player. We did need another centre back. He can also play as a fullback. He can cover as a fullback. We'll see how good he is. We'll see how good he is. In terms of the incomings, Gyokeres, Eze, and Zubimendi walk into the first team. The rest of them, it's a massive question mark. You know what I mean? And not even all of them. Madueke, rubbish. I have to just be honest. Norgard, nowhere near good enough. And Kepa, comfortably not good enough and holds bench. So, I don't know. For me, our transfer window, for me, it wasn't perfect. I think some people are gassing it more than what it really is. In terms of outgoings, obviously, Jorginho went to Flamengo on a free. Funny, because that was the same Jorginho that people told us is he's going to bring back the winning mentality and this, and that. Guy's been holding bench for time. But anyway, Kieran Tierney on a free to Celtic. Nuntavaj, £4.3 million to Lazio. I'm glad that we just got him off the books. Just not good enough. Marquinhos, I think he went for £3 million as well. Tomiyasu released. Partey released. Tomiyasu, I understand with the injuries. Partey, I guess with everything surrounding him, I guess the club wanted to cut ties. But like I said, that whole thing with Partey, why didn't we just cut ties? You know, last season, why did we offer him a new contract? I think the club would just save him face, there. Sambi Lakonga. I heard that fee was 10 million. 10 million for Lakonga. Good riddance. Was never going to get into the team. It is what it is. Could we have got more money? It's hard for me to say that there's a lot of teams in for players like Sambi Lakonga. So we got something for the player and he's gone. Fabi Vieira out on loan. Kivior out on loan. I think that's the Kivior ones with the obligation to buy, which is the 27 million. It's been reported to Porto. So that's good business. That was good business from us. Reece Nelson out on loan. So, yeah, and Zinchenko out on loan. So, all in all, you know, I would have liked to get money from Zinchenko. Reece Nelson would have been nice to get money for Reece Nelson as well, but he's on 100K, which is, you know, not worth it. Fabi Vieira would have been nice to get some money for Fabi Vieira, to be honest. Apparently, Palmer was in for him and we rejected, what was it, 18 million? Just take the money. I would have just taken that if I'd be completely honest. Thomas Partey, we should have sold him way before it got to this point of his contract, which isn't Berta's fault. The only player that we really sold well was Kivior for 27 and Lakonga for 10 million. Other than that, about Marquinhos 3, Tavares 5. I mean, the sale of players, we moved on a lot of players, which is great to get them off the wage bill. But could we have done a bit more? I don't know. We could have done a little bit more, but it's not too bad, to be fair. To be fair to Berta, I did say I wanted players to be moved on. And we did move on quite a few players. Hopefully, we can move them on permanently when they come back from their loan deals. But yeah, all in all, I give the transfer window 7 out of 10. I would have liked to have got a left winger, in my opinion. I would have liked to got a left winger, and I think the quality of some of the signings as well puts it down. Yes, we got a goalkeeper, but Kepa's not good enough. Yes, we got a DM in Norgard, but he's not good enough. Yes, we got a left winger, Madueke, he's not good enough. Yes, we got Mascara, centre back. It's a massive question mark if he's going to be good enough. Hincapi, we've heard good things. We will see. You know what I mean? Gyokeres, Eze, Zubamendi, you'd say is the highlights of our business. But other than that, I think 7 out of 10 is fair. I think 7 out of 10 is fair for this window. 6 to 7 out of 10. Yeah, I had it a 6, but we moved on a few players, so you know I can give it a 7 based on some of the players that we got rid of that I wanted to get rid of and that I wanted to move on. Berta had a lot of stuff to correct this transfer window, and it's not completely his fault. To be fair to him, you know what I mean. When we all thought Eze was going to Spurs, he managed to get that over the line. The Gyokeres deal that was rambling on and on and on, he got that over the line. Zubamendi deal that looked like that was rambling on and on and on before Berta come here, we got that over the line. So, you know, he's done a lot of good business. And then there's, you know, Hincapi, Mascara. We'll see how good they are. We'll see how good them two are. But yeah, but it is what it is. I think overall it's been decent. What do you guys, before we get into what the business that the rivals have done and some of the good signings that they've done, what are you man saying? Big up to everyone that's locked in. Keep smashing the likes. After this show, I will be redirecting to Carefree Lewis and I will be on that show. And then after that, I will be on Dan Potts. And then later I'll be back for the Tough Talk show. So big up, man. Big up. I give Berta points for getting Gyokeres and Eze over the line. Outside that, he's doing his job. It's a 5 out of 10 window for me. Okay, I hear it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. That's the most generous I can give it. I'm between a 6 and 7 out of 10. That's really my rating. The other day I said 6 out of 10, but yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah, I mean, as a rival, I'd rate your window as a 6. Some good ins, not much in for sales, but left-hand side still looks proper poor. Yeah, I hear it. I would have liked to have got another striker as well. I think we left ourselves short on that and only having Gyokeres. Man, already know what I think about Havertz and stuff like that. So I can understand 6. I can understand 6 or 6.5. I get it. I'm going to go for a 7 at the moment. Gotta hope the loans lead to permanent deals. Yeah, better than letting them go for nothing. 7 out of 10. These loans will help balance the wages over time, but we need to sell better long term. Yeah, I hear that. 100%. I do think we wasted a lot of time in the window at times. There you go. Good work by Berta. The outs are a disgrace again. Even United managed to raise well over 100 M's with these outs. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But do you know what it is? Yeah, we have run down the even though their value was already low, we've run down the value so bad, and that doesn't go down to Berta. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't really blame Berta for that. 5 out of 10 window. I don't think any team is going to stop us this season again. No, I don't think so, man. I think you guys are good, man. I think you guys are good. I have taken Eze Gyokeres too. Not sure about the rest. Zubi should have stayed in Spain. No, we'll see. We will see. Get my little Maggie here. This man saying, big up North in the chat. Hope you're all well. Big up familia, man. Ice cold Maggie, bro. It's always what I need. What's this? Big up Northside, bro. If you also sell Martinelli, then we have Garnacho for you. If he doesn't work out for us, nah. I'm good. Do you know what? Yeah, that just reminds me. We didn't sell Trossard. We didn't sell Martinelli. We didn't sell Fabi Vieira. I think 6 out of 10. I've changed my mind. There was more that we could have done. I can't lie. We wasted a lot of time. I changed my mind. I actually changed my mind. You bringing up Martinelli, I don't know why I forgot about that. He was being linked to teams constantly. Do you know what I'm saying? Zinchenko as well was being linked to teams constantly. We got a bid for Fabi Vieira. We turned it down. So yeah. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Sorry. It's all coming back to me now because that was the start of the window where we were looking like we're going to shift players, never shifted players, and then now at the end of the window we shifted some. Yeah, 6 out of 10. We could have shifted some of these players a lot better. Do you know what I mean? All we kept saying is AC Milan linked to Martinelli, AC Milan linked to Zinchenko, Palmer linked to Fabio Vieira. Do you know what I mean? We could have done better with the sales. I can't lie. We could have done better with the sales. Not getting no money at all for Jorginho, running down Thomas Partey's contract to let him leave on a free. We could have done better. I can't lie. We could have done better. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Sorry, I changed my mind. You know what I mean? I've had enough. Martinelli on 180k, you ain't selling him unless Martinelli wants to accept lower wages somewhere else. Yeah, force him out. We should have been forcing him out from 2 seasons ago. That's my whole point. He's been shit for 2 seasons, bro. And at the end of the day, I never said we're going to get 60, 70, 80 million for Martinelli. Bro, I said we'll get about 40 M's max for Martinelli. 40 M's max because of those stupid wages. Probably going to get 35 million. Something like that. Because of the wages. You could have sold him. We could have sold him, but we didn't. We didn't even try. It didn't even seem like we were trying. Trossard, we had Trossard was linked to Fenerbahce. We didn't sell him. There was opportunities there to sell players, bro. There was opportunities there to sell players. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Even then, bro, he's not a gunman like that. Like, even though, yeah, he's more effective through the middle, bro. Let's not go on like if he's through on goal, it's the Martinelli that will put the ball in the back of the net, bro. His shooting has been abysmal for a long time. Martinelli needs a fresh new start to his career. Worked out for so many players. Yeah, he needs to go, man. He needs to go. You know what I mean? Arteta remains the thorn in your foot. Needs to be removed. Aside from Gyokeres, who else would you want Arsenal to buy as a second striker? I would have liked to have gone for Mateta, go for Pavlidis. Yeah, strikers like that. You know what I mean? But leaving us was just that. I had it as a 5, but gave an extra point for some last minute outs. Yeah, I think 6, man. I think 6. I think 6 is fair. 5 out of 10 incomings are straight, but outgoings are arse. Arsenal couldn't sell water to someone in the desert. I hear it. Nah, I think 4.5 out of 10. That's a bit. I can't lie. That's a bit too far. Would you want? Who would you want as manager? Northside? Anyone but this manager, bro. Anyone but this manager. Our players have no freedom. That is the problem. They are afraid to go against Arteta's ridiculous tactics. I hear it. Let's go into some of the business of other clubs. All right, let's go. All right, no, boom, Brentford. No, where are they? Chelsea. Look at this. Look at the difference between the way that they sell. Obviously, they got João Pedro 60 million, Liam Delap 30, Gittins 51, Hato 38.5. Obviously, Williams already joined them 29 million. Kendry Payaz 17.3. Garnacho, that was the one. But that's the only saving grace of them is that their club is so good at selling players. That's why the Garnacho one, as much as you want to, as much as it's a pathetic signing, yeah, at the same time, trust me, he won't be rotting on their bench. They'll spin a profit. Some way, somehow, by hook or by crook, they'll spin a profit. But look at Chelsea's out. Petrovic, 25 million. Humphreys, 10 million. Kepa, 5 million. Oh, who bought that? Oh, yeah, us lot. You know what I mean? Madueke, 52 million. Oh, who bought that? Oh, yeah, Arsenal. Oh, yeah, well done. João Felix to Al Nassr, 43.7 million. João Felix, you know, the people were cussing saying was shit, ain't done this, ain't done that. He's out of form, boom, boom, boom. They still managed to get 43.7 million for out of form João Felix, you know. That's what I'm saying. Chelsea so different, man. Drewsbury Hall, 29 million. This is mad, bro. Bro, yeah. 20 million. Vega, 26 million. These man, bro. Chuameka, 24 million. You know what I mean? Alfie Gilhurst, 1.2. Nkunku, 36 million. This is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean, bro. And then people say, oh, you can't sell Martinelli. No, this club can't sell Martinelli, bro. This club don't know how to sell Martinelli. If Martinelli was there, yeah, if Martinelli was there at Chelsea, he'd go for at least 35 to 40 M's, bro. They got rid of Nkunku for 36 million to AC Milan. Bro, this is a joke. This guy has been shit, bro. I ain't even seen my man. Jackson to Bayern Munich with the obligation to buy. Now, I'm not going to say Jackson's shit. Obviously, he's not a world-class striker, but still, you know what I'm saying? I'm more like, it's more crazy how they can just shift Nkunku like that. 36 mil. Mad. Chelsea are different. You got to respect them. When it comes to selling players and creating funds, you got to respect it. You got to respect it. Even their youngsters are going more than certain players that we have. They're getting more for their youngsters than we got for Fabi Vieira. Do you know what I'm saying? Most of their sales are like 20 million plus. Like, to sell João Felix and Nkunku, if that was at Man United or Arsenal, they'll be rotten on the bench. And then people will be saying, oh, their wages, we can't shift them. Not at Chelsea. We'll shift you. You're going. You're off. Madueke, you're off. Don't worry. We'll find you a home. Everybody will find a home this Christmas. You got to respect it, man. You got to respect it. Do you know what I mean? You got to respect it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, let's keep going. Obviously, Liverpool, Gyokeres, 40 M's, Wirtz, 116, Frimpong, Ekatike, Isak. It is what even Liverpool. Look at the way Liverpool sell as well. Darwin Núñez, Al Hilal, 56.6 million, bro. Arsenal would never be able to get that kind of money for Darwin Núñez, bro. All of a sudden, we have to incorporate him in the team. We have to get the most out of him. Kelleher, 18 million. Kwanzaa, 35 million. Luis Diaz, 65 million. Do you know what I mean? These men know how to sell, bro. All the other clubs know how to sell better than us. We're the only ones that don't know how to sell. How are they all generating all these funds? And we what did we make? Like 20 million from like 4 players combined. It's a joke, man. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. City with Reinders, Aitnori, Cherky, Naipan, Trafford, Donnarumma. You know what I mean? Edison left for Fenerbahce, 12 million. You know what I mean? Big up to Edison, man. Bad boy goalkeeper. Carl Walker, 5 million. Yeah, man. Jack Grealish on a loan. McAtee went to Forest, 30 M's. That's what I mean. This is what I mean. Even Man United, bro. Man United got 40 M's for Garnacho, bro. Why didn't we get at least 40 M's for flipping... You know what I mean? For Martinelli. I know Garnacho was on lower wages than Martinelli. That's what I said, about 35 to 40. Even Man United are getting better deals for their players, man. I mean, Anthony for 21.7 million. Even Man United are selling better than Arsenal. In Mbeumo, man. I would have had Mbeumo at Arsenal, man. 71 million. And I would have taken Cunha as well. As backup, I would have taken Cunha. Sesko? Nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Lamens, the goalkeeper. I think that's the goalkeeper that they got in. 18.2 million. Do you know what I mean? Look at this. Newcastle, Wisa, 55 million. I would have taken Wisa. So I'm saying, man. I would have taken Wisa, man. 55 M's. That's better. That's better spent money than the Madueke money. I would have taken that. I would have flipping taken that, man. It's a joke. It's a joke. The fact that Kudus went to Tottenham as well, and we got Madueke, like that was abysmal. I can't even lie. That was abysmal. Javi Simmons for 51 million, I think, is a bit expensive as well. I think that was a little bit expensive, but they had to save face, innit? because of the Eze deal. So they kind of just had to just swallow that pill, innit? They had to swallow that. Levy knew that their fans were fuming. Mateus Tell, I don't rate Tell. And I don't rate Danzo. They bought Tell for 29.9 million. Danzo for 20.9 million. Don't rate those signings. You know what I mean? Kota Taki or Takai, whatever his name is, we'll see. We'll see. Paulinho on loan. Is what it is. Is what it is. The history of the Tottenham. The history of the Tottenham. But yeah, madness. Let's get into some of the clips. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Wirtz is 29 years old. I don't give a shit. I want to win right now. And he can perform right now. I don't care how old he is. Can he perform right now? Is he better than what we have? Well, he's better than the strikers we got on the bench. So yeah, I'll take him. You know what I mean? Rashi and Højlund probably go through for about 65 M's combined. You know what I mean? Bayern gave them Tell instead of paying off Kane fully. Yeah, disrespect. Disrespect. Generating funds from sales indicates how good or bad your transfer window will be. Havertz is our Darwin, but we sell him for 10 million. If the obligation for Jackson gets triggered, it will be around 71 million. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that true? Is that actually true? Do you know what I'm saying? That is mad. That is actually mad. 71 million for Jack, bro. Nah, no one can finesse Chelsea, bro. When they're selling that, bro, when it goes, if I sell my car, I need Chelsea Football Club to sell my car, bro. They're gonna get maximum profit, bro. Whoever does the negotiations, if I sell my car, I need them to be there with the negotiations because I'm gonna get top dollar. Bro, Flex was a daylight robbery. It won't show it, but we could get 70 M's to Bayern. Oh, Jar Felix. We are good at selling, but not satisfied till we win the Prem and the Champions League. I hear it, man. I hear it. Who's buzzing my phone right now? I'm busy right now. Oh, it's Yasser. Big up. Bayern are paying a world record loan fee of 16.5 million with obligation to buy to make it 71. Fuck yeah, hell, bro. My days. My days. It's just different, isn't it? When it's Chelsea, it's just different. I can't lie. It's annoying, bro. It's annoying. Let's continue. Let's run some clips. Let's go.
This wasn't a bad performance. The facts are, for me, that very little was done wrong. We had, I think, about 8 corners. Yeah. And at corners, we've got the best record at corners of any other team in the league.
Very little was done wrong. The shamelessness is actually incredible, bro. The shamelessness. Very little by the manager was done wrong, and we've got the best record on corners. Where was that against Liverpool? These men just come up with the most irrelevant shit ever, bro. Like the most irrelevant stuff. The most irrelevant stuff. Let's continue.
Liverpool this season, and I'm going to say it, have been very, very lucky. Very lucky. Everything has gone their way. But lucky that they're not.
Liverpool have been very, very lucky. Very lucky. Okay. So now it's due to luck.
Not playing particularly well. They're playing against teams that are competing very well with them. And in the last few minutes, they managed to nick in goals. The refereeing state...
Is that a sign of a champion?
Yes, it is a sign of a champion. I'm not saying that's wrong, but eventually luck runs out. And unfortunately today, the luck has continued for them. There was a few occasions when the referee could have called things differently. I felt there could have been a penalty for Arsenal. I think everyone else missed it. I didn't actually see it at the time. Arsenal had a stonewall penalty for handball when Van Dijk handballed it. in the second half. Everyone missed that, apart from my dad. The referee missed it. Again, these things could completely go the other way. It's just, it hasn't gone for us today. But everything else, the setup, look at, we've always been concerned about Saka's hamstrings. Saka's hamstring goes, that's the end of the season. Saka's hamstring's gone now. What we've seen is a fantastic performance by Saka's understudy.
In previous seasons, Saka's hamstring goes, season's done. What we've seen is Saka's hamstring goes, and we've seen an amazing performance by his understudy. Bro, get the hell out of here, bro. He was the best out of a bad bunch, man. These man going on like Madueke put in some world-class performance, bro. These men are chat so much nonsense, bro. So much nonsense, bro. He was just the best out of a bad bunch. Stop trying to overgas it, man. Man are just overgassing the thing as always, man. This fan base is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
It's like we've got a manager. There's no excuses for the manager, even with injuries, even with season-ending injuries. I think we have enough cover to manage throughout the whole year and weather majority of the storms that we could face. As for dominating afterwards, let's get our first title first. And we all agree the main goal is either win the league or the Champions League. FA Cups, League Cup is not good enough for the money that we've invested in the.
Oh, okay, Egal. Okay, Egal. Yeah. The cups are not good enough for the money we've invested. Only Champions League and Premier League. We got him. We got him. So when you flip flop at the end of the season, yeah, we got you. You know what I'm saying? We got you. Don't worry about that. Let's VAR that. Let's VAR what Egal just said.
I think we have enough cover to manage throughout the whole year and weather majority of the storms that we could face. As for dominating afterwards, let's get our first title first. And we all agree the main goal is either win the league or the Champions League. FA Cups, League Cup is not good enough for the money that we've invested and the kind of squad we have now. We no longer can just look at a cup. Like Henri said, we should win the cups, in my opinion, now.
What would you look rather, the Premier League or the Champions League?
Just give me anything. I would have took a League Cup last season. Yeah. Win Cups. He's getting.
He's only won and then you look on paper, it's two different things. If you look with your eyes, you see, yeah, Arteta's doing a great job and you compete. If you look on paper, he's only won one FA Cup. That's the only problem with this situation. That
6 months in
years gone by, when you look at that's what people say about Wenger. That's what they hit Wenger with, only 3 titles. That's what they do. That's the argument that they have for him. Even though Wenger's our guy, but that's what they do. They say on paper there's only 3 titles, So yeah,
same with Liverpool. Liverpool have only won 2 league titles in 30 years. They've still won Champions Leagues. They've still won League Cups. They're FA Cups. They're still making finals.
It's not about now and today all the time. It's sometimes about the future. And in history, you're going to look back at it and say, there's nothing on paper. That's the only problem with this. I'm saying Arteta's doing a good job. We all know he's doing a good job, but is he doing a great job? That's the question.
He's built a decent.
We're gonna remember this. We're gonna remember this. We're gonna remember this. And the reason why I say we're gonna remember this is because we know that this fan base love to be saying things at the start of the season and then move the goalpost and move the standards that they set at the start of the season at the end of the season, because they don't want to be bantered. That's why I'm saying that. Egal's sitting. I agree with Egal. For once, I actually agree with Egal. But is he going to stick to those points? He said last season he must win something, but then he's still backing the manager. So Egal's saying that we need to win. We need to be lifting major honors. I agree. I don't want to win just anything. It's got to be now major honors. You can't spend £1 billion to win FA Cup. You can't spend billion. Like if it's FA Cup and another trophy, cool. But just the FA Cup, it's the time. The amount of time this manager's had and the money that's been spent. That is why I will celebrate the FA Cup, but he still gets sacked. If he wins a FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, I'll celebrate that. But I'll still say you don't keep your job. It's not enough to keep your job. A bit like Ange at Tottenham. He won a trophy, but because they finished 15th or whatever it was, they were like, nah, like you gotta go. Do you know what I'm saying? So they took the trophy, they celebrated the trophy, but they said, listen, overall it's not been good enough. You need to go. It is what it is, and that's Tottenham. So, listen, and that's a Europa League that we've never won. So, it's mad. But these men ain't going to stick to what they're saying right now. You know what I mean? That Egal D, I don't know so much about D, but I'm remembering D. I'm not too sure if he's gonna stick to what he's saying. But Egal, we already know Egal's gonna be flip floppy. Look at his eyes. Look at Egal's eyes. He's already flip floppy. He's already like, you know what I mean?
In the squad, I can't lie. There's a lot of these players here. Probably half of the squad that I rate. Yeah, probably about 12, 13 players maybe that I go, yo, they're cool. I'd keep all of them.
And he's probably signed most of them.
Well, he's signed every single player.
Yes.
Apart from the ones that come through the academy. Obviously.
Yeah, like Saka and them wider.
Yeah, Saka, Dowman, Ethan, they've all Skelly, they've all come through the academy. The rest of them he signed. Of course he has. But the thing is, it's like, you're right, we've got a great defence. Yeah, left back's still an issue for me though, but I feel like we can still compensate for that at times. Yeah, and the problem is when it's not about having the squad on paper; it's about getting over the line. And none of these players together collectively have got over the line.
Yeah, facts. Exactly. Collectively, they don't get over the line. Now we do have a good squad. We do have a good squad, but you know what I mean. look who's steering this squad. Arteta. It's mad. It's mad. But I agree. We have to win the league or the Champions League. If we have to work our way up, winning FA Cups, so be it. Like you wanna work your way up in the dating scene. Bro, at the end of the day, there's no more time for this manager. You know what I mean? Like I'll take the trophies, but this manager, he's got to win major honors now. He's got to win major honors now. It's not even a question. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got to win majors now. Like, I'm not even entertaining it. But let's get into some of the Arsenal fans, some of the top gooners, some of their thoughts on our transfer window. Let's go. Let's run the clips.
Transfer window, the final piece of the puzzle, Piero Hincapié is a gunner. We're going to talk about this window. It's been a busy deadline day too, not just bringing in Hincapié. Fabio Vieira has joined Hamburg on loan, but it is believed there's an option to buy him. Hopefully that gets triggered. Albert Sambi Likonga has also joined Hamburg, but on a permanent deal. Some people saying that could be as much as 10 million, which would actually be really good business. Jakub Kiwior has been announced as a Porto player. It's on a season-long loan, but with an obligation. It's believed that could end up being around 27 million euros in total. Reece Nelson's going to Brentford on loan. There is an option, and again, hopefully that gets triggered. However, we didn't manage to move on Alexander Zinchenko. The move to Marseille failed because his wage demands were too high. But on to the incomings. 8 signings in this window, a mixture of really solid depth and then level raises in Eze, Victor Gyokeres and Martin Zubimendi. Honestly, I would have ripped your arm off for this transfer window before it happened. It is the best transfer window I can remember us having. It has addressed.
Fair enough, the best window you can remember us having. But at the same time, man saying, oh, we bought eight signings. Arguably, 5 of those are not good enough and hold bench comfortably. Do you know what I'm saying? That is the reality of it. That is the reality of it. The ones that walk into the squad is Zubimendi, Eze, and Gyokeres. The rest of them is a massive question mark. And there's still a massive question mark on Zubimendi. So as much as these men try to gas it up with the amount of players that we bought in, there's still a massive question mark on some of the quality of the players that we bought in. And we will see. But the way they're over-gassing it is that they know that Zubimendi, some of these fans are already talking like Zubimendi's already better than Partey. Like, based on what? These are the same people that said Calafiori is better than Zinchenko. It's much of a muchness. They're both poor defensively. Like, Arsenal fans, as soon as they get a new toy, as soon as they get a new player, this is what you get.
Almost every single problem. And it's only because Liverpool have had such an obscene window themselves that it's kind of overshadowed it. I mean, I don't think it has overshadowed it. And the reality is, with Edu perhaps still at the wheel, we could have ended up a long way behind, right? We needed this just to keep ourselves up there. We could have ended up well behind if we'd not had this window. So very happy with it. I mean, the depth that we have now, I think is absolutely fantastic. If I was really, really picky, I would have loved a proper level raising left winger, out and out left winger. Didn't happen. And yeah, I mean, I would give this.
Okay, so you talk about depth and gassing up all the players that we bought in, but then you talk about floor raisers. So if you want floor raisers, is Kepa a floor raiser? Is Norgard a floor raiser? Is Madueke a floor raiser? No, which is why you said you wanted a left winger. Is Hincapié a floor raiser? We will see. Is Zubimendi a floor raiser? We will see. Big question marks. Big question marks there. Is Mascara a floor raiser? We will see. This is what I'm saying. These men are saying, how can you gas up certain players and gas it to this level? Let's hear his actual rating for the window.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Let's go. Oh, let's VAR that. 9 out of 10 window. He's smoking crack.
Left winger, out and out left winger, didn't happen. And yeah, I mean, I would give this 9 out of 10. And that
9 out of 10. You wanted a ceiling, you wanted a floor raiser on the left-hand side, but we don't have a floor raiser DM. We don't have a floor raiser center back. We don't have a floor raiser backup goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? What I don't understand how this. I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it. Man said 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. But this is this fan base, man. This is this fan base, bro. 9 out of 10. But they've been calling bare windows 10 out of 10. But then he just said, oh, if we didn't have the window that we had, we would be miles behind Liverpool. Why would we be miles behind Liverpool if we've been having consecutive back-to-back 10 out of 10 windows? Like every window they gas up. And like I said, this window's been a lot better. I'm not going to deny it. Yeah, we've got some players that I didn't think would get over the line. 100%. 100%. It's undeniable that there's some players that we brought in that if it was under the Edu regime, we probably wouldn't have got them over the line. But to say 9 out of 10, I wouldn't say it's a 9 out of 10. Like I said, a lot of the backups, massive question mark. Some of these backups are coming with the same reputation as Kivio, Calafiori, players that we've seen in that they're nothing special. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, maybe we're wrong. Maybe Mascara does become, it is a great centre back. Maybe Hincapi is a great player as well. I'm not saying that they're not, but to go straight out the bat 9 out of 10, like you watch Hincapi, you don't watch him. You don't watch Mascara. Norgard was not your replacement for Partey. Okay, cool. You'll say it's Zubimendi, but you didn't watch Zubimendi like that. So you don't know, one, if you can do it in the Prem, and two, if he's actually good enough. And if something happens to Zubimendi, we're relying on Norgard. If something happens to Gyokeres, we're back to playing Havertz or Jesus. We've got Madueke on the left wing. Like, come on, like, to give it a 9 out of 10, what is that based on? What is that based on? Now, if certain players now exceed expectations and we look back and we go, oh, do you know what? Hincapi, Mascara, big boy signing. Do you know what I'm saying? This manager miraculously makes Madueke into a baller. You'll be looking back and saying, do you know what? Yeah, I need to revisit my rating for this window. But these men just give top ratings out of the blue. This is the problem with this club. This is why we're stuck with this manager. This is why we've had so many bums at this club, like Fabi Vieira, Lokongas, and players like that, because this fan base gas it up too quick. Way too quick. They don't even let players prove themselves. They just gas it. They gassed up flipping. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they gassed up Nketiah. They gassed up Reece Nelson to get 100k. Do you know what I'm saying? They gassed up Havertz, saying that a striker's not about being clinical and finishing opportunities. Bro, these men just gas up everything. Like there's nothing wrong, yeah, in looking at a player saying, do you know what? I ain't watched him week in, week out. I'll give him a chance. Because that's what I'm doing with Zubimendi. I could sit here right now and say, you know what, yeah, Zubimendi, you ain't been good enough, bro. You had one good preseason game against Atletico Bilbao. Since then, Man United, you were shit. Leeds, you were good because we dominated that game. And then against flipping Liverpool, Zubimendi was rubbish. Zubimendi's rubbish. I could just say that. But I'm like, yo, I need to see a load of games and then I'll make my final mind up on Zubimendi. But these man straight off the bat, 9 out of 10 window. 9 out of 10 window. I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it, bro. It's just, I don't get it. It's just gassing up everything. Yeah, they loved Holding. Oh, they loved Holding. They loved Chambers as well. El Nene. I think they put pictures of El Nene on the tunnel and everything. These man gassed up everything. Everything, bro. 5 out of 10 with Gyokeres as the rest of the signings won't improve us. I won't say they won't improve us. It's a massive question mark. Some are a bigger question mark than others. But bro, there's nothing wrong in saying I don't watch some of these players that we recruited I didn't watch them week in, week out in their respective leagues. We will see in it. But these men just want to just gas it from the. They're so desperate to be the most positive Arsenal fan. So desperate. It's actually embarrassing, bro. It's actually embarrassing. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. There we go. Let's go.
Officially closed. For me, this window has been double glazing. I can't complain. If I'm being honest, I can't complain. A couple of players that if we were able to flog, just last minute put them on eBay, that would have been a good triple glazing. Even some of the outgoings, Vieira, we managed to shift him. That's good. Reece Nelson, Halen boy, this one is close to my heart. In the same bracket as Eddie and Ketia, Emil Smith-Rowe. I really want to see him do well, and I hope he gets a permanent move. Okonga, well, we haven't seen you for a while. All the best. Don't forget to email. Very good signings. Gyokeres, Eze, Mosquera especially. Wow. Eze, in fact, wow for Eze as well. Wow. Madueke, I was pleased with what I saw. There's one player that I've spoken a lot on. If I say anymore, it's even bullying at this point. So I know who should have been shifted, and it would have made space for another left winger. But such is life.
They've all fully given up on Martinelli, man. Man's referencing Martinelli. They've given up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying it's mad. It's actually mad. My window rates Chelsea 7 out of 10, Liverpool 9 out of 10. Arsenal 6 out of 10, Tottenham 6 out of 10, Man City 4 out of 10. Okay. North, you buddy with Lee, he can tell you about Zubimendi, how good he is. Anyone who followed La Liga over the years knows he's nothing special. He's turning 27. Ain't nobody wanted him for that much. We'll see, man. We'll see. Because at the moment, it ain't looking good for him. You know what I mean? I can't lie. You sound like you're talking sense if you be watching La Liga. Because from what I'm seeing right now, it's like against Atletico Bilbao preseason, it's like, okay, I see certain attributes. And as soon as the season starts, I know it's early. I know it's his first year in the Prem, but he's leaving a lot to be desired. And this is why I didn't want to let Partey go like that without a proper replacement. But I'm so sorry for you, for your fan base, brother Northside. These brothers are cringy, corny, weird, bro. They're just, I don't know, man. I don't know this fan base, man. I don't know. Every time you try not to banter Arsenal fans, they give you the material for banter. I mean, have some self-awareness. But they don't have none, bro. They don't have no self-awareness, bro. Do you know what I mean? No, if you tried to warn your fan base, they made you the bad guy, funny guy. They made you the bad guy. Funny thing is, they eventually realized you're right in the long haul. They started to cook Martinelli and the rest of reject you being right. Bro, it is what it is. It is what it is. When you keep it honest, you'll always win in the end. When you keep it organic, when you keep it real, you always win in the end, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You always win in the end, man. Whether they don't like how I say it or whatever the case may be. Everything, most of the stuff I've said, the majority of the stuff I said has been the truth. It's been the honest truth. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, quickly before we redirect to Carefree Lewis, where was the other one? Where's the other one I was going to play? There we go. Where's the other one?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, this one had me a little bit emotional. Not my cool, but you know what I'm saying? Jakub! No! I'm not gonna lie, there was a point where I thought this guy was genuinely shit as well. I thought we signed a dude because anytime he'd try step in or fill in for Gabriel or Saliba, he'd look a little bit shaky. But then that performance against Real Madrid last season, the way he locked down Mbappe, he locked down everybody that was in his way.
Why would you get emotional over Kivior? I don't get it. These men were saying they're getting emotional because Reece Nelson came through the academy. Emotional that Kivior's left. Like, this is the point. This is why we go nowhere. Because everyone's emotional all the time. Emotional, bro. I don't get it, man. I don't get why these men are so attached. Is it, bro? I never had my dad in my life. Like, I'm not attached to these players. Is it a daddy thing? Like, are they like? Do you know what I'm saying? Dad wasn't there. Like, do you know? I don't get like the attachment to these players. Who cares? Like, I really don't get it. Like, I don't get the attachment. Like, if it's players that have won stuff, like I saw Big Steve saying goodbye to Edison. I saw he was with Edison. I get it. That keeper won him like major honors in that. Yeah, I'm saying I get it. Like, he's a legend of Man City. There, I get it. When Thierry Henry left Arsenal, yeah, that got me emotional. I'm like, yo, that's TT. Do you get what I'm saying? But these man, any guys, bro. These man get emotional. Oh, I can't believe. But what have they done? I swear down. I don't know, man. Pick up the phone, call your dad, man. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Bro, look at you trying it. Look at Yasser trying it, bro. This guy, man. This guy. Oh, my days. Look at this. Igal's upset again. Somebody's upset Igal again. Look at this.
Nutshell. They asked David Raya about the new ball and if that had anything to do with the fact that you need to adapt to it. And David Raya spoke about the new ball and was then answering the question in regards to how the flight of the ball can be different and how you need to get used to the new balls since they're no longer using the Nike balls in the Premier League and they're using the new Puma balls. That then created a bunch of outrage, people saying, oh my God, they're complaining about the balls again, la 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 la, a new excuse. But completely leaving out the fact that David Raya was specifically asked a question and then the headline being made without including the actual question in the video, almost entirely making this a clickbait topic out of nothing. And they do this all the time with Arsenal, Man United.
What are you talking about, Igal? The problem is not the question. The problem is the answer. He could have just said no comment, or he could have just said, yeah, it was just a very, very good free kick. He didn't have to answer about, yeah, the flight of the ball's different and we have to get used to it. And I'm not used to the flight of the ball now. We're making it an excuse. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? He didn't have to make the Puma balls are different to the Nike balls. You didn't have to respond like that. You could have said no comment. You could have just said, you know, I'll do better next time. You could have just said it was an outstanding free kick, which it was. You know, hold your hands up and say, you know what? It was a proper top free kick by Soboslai. You could have just said that. No, instead of, yeah, no, we got to get used to it and this and that, bro. You're a goalkeeper, bro. Like, what? Nah, man. Yeah, I'm saying, man said, oh, he's making nothing. Oh, no, man didn't know about the question. It's not about the question. It's about the response. It's about the answer. It's crazy. Anyway, big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. The gal once again crying. Big up to everyone locked in. We're going to redirect to Carefree Lewis. I will be on in literally a minute on Carefree Lewis's show. Northside Raid on the way in, and I'm out. Love.